Time to make the donuts. Well, guess I'm not planting today. So unless the rain stops today, I'm not going to be out in the garden. I'm hoping that it'll let up so I can get my eggplant and my peppers in the side garden next to the chard. But in the meantime, it may be a stay inside and bake day. So I'm getting ready to cook up some breakfast. I got some pancakes, I got some farm fresh eggs, and I have some vegan sausage. For those of you who don't know, I am not a meat eater. I'm a pescatarian. So eventually, when I get some chickens and goats, they're just strictly going to be for eggs and maybe for dairy. I'm not sure how I feel about breeding goats just specifically for milk. Oh my gosh, my coffee pot is so loud. But I do like the idea of having my own cheese and my own milk and my own yogurts. So I'll see how I feel about that. But all the animals that are going to be on this farm, either through adoption or, through purchase, are strictly going to be pets, and it's going to be a give-take relationship, and it's going to be one built on love because I absolutely love and adore animals. And, even though I'm a pescatarian, I struggle with that sometimes, but for my beliefs, I just try to eat as low on the evolutionary, the evolutionary plane as I can get. And I know there's an argument about fish being sentient and that sort of thing, but that's something I'll tackle another day and at another time. But it's all baby steps. We're only here once, and we're all doing the best we can. So anyhow, I'm getting ready to start on this breakfast. That was Let's see, what are we going to watch today? Whew. Some work. All right, today I'm going to be working on this little side garden. And I got couple more dianthus I'm going to put along the border. I couldn't find any more of these bright pink ones, but they'll still look good. I'm not worried. Over here, I've got a couple of peppers, some cayenne, and some giant jalapenos. I got to figure out a place for these other two lavender bushes. They may go over here somewhere. They were on sale and I couldn't help it. I love lavender, so you can never have too much lavender in my book. So the potatoes are going to go in this raised box, but my slips are coming along slowly, so who knows when they'll be ready, but whatever. On this side where I have these cages, I've got some, I think they're called Starlight or Magic Star or some kind of eggplant, and then I have white eggplant, and those two are going to go over here. So Charge looking good. Actually harvested some for breakfast this morning. No problems with the slugs. Sluggo did the work. So I'm going to be working on that. Also, I'm going to be going out to the raised beds and working on planting some cucumber and squash. At some point, okay, you guys have been hearing me talk about this area over here. I still haven't touched it. In my earlier videos, my lilies are doing good. They transplanted well, but they're being encroached upon by whatever the people who own this house previously planted. It's just some regular old ground cover, but they've got a bunch of roots that travel underground, and I mean they're everywhere. They're all on the other side of like this yard over here. Yeah, so now that all the slugs are gone, I feel pretty confident that I can get in here, not be completely grossed out, and just rip all this up and then, you know, figure out what I'm going to put over here. But I know I've been talking about this since I bought the house, and now it's just so overgrown, but, you know, things happen. You get sidetracked when you're happily planting things. So, all right, let's get started. I have got a lot of red dirt. I don't know if you guys can see it, but it's clay. So I use black cow when I dig my holes. There's earthworms in here, so that's good. But I want to attract as many as possible, so I just throw a bunch of black cow in the hole. Pack it along the sides. And then I'm going to bury my pepper a little bit deep. All right, there you have it. One pepper in the ground. And I got this cage. I'm going to stick over it like so. And as it grows, I'll get a little bit more mulch around it, but for now, that looks about perfect. So while digging the spot for my eggplants, I came across cable cord. They didn't mark this spot. I know where the other one was, which is where that red flag is, but this wasn't marked. So I'm just going to detour off to the side. The roots aren't going to hurt anything. Yeah. Luckily, you know, eggplant, they aren't really perennials. Well, at least not. I don't grow them as they're annuals. And so I'm just going to stick it in the ground off to the side here and try to pack that down as much as possible, and just know where that eggplant is, there's a cable and not to dig. All right, this is, I just went ahead and completely covered over that cord. I'm not planting near it, kind of just off to the side, but yeah, I'm not messing with that. Anyway, this is called White Knight Hybrid Eggplant. So they're long, but relatively small white eggplant. I love white eggplant. To me, they're a bit milder than the purple kind. And then I'm going to put this one in the ground. I remember the tag on it, and it says shooting stars. It's kind of a light purpley, streaky kind of eggplant, and they're relatively small, about the size of a large apple. So I'm excited. Let's get these in the ground. Whew. The Lord's hot. This Georgia heat. It's not to be messed with. It was like 40 something this morning. 56 about when I had breakfast, and now it's at 80. I tell you, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm supposed to mow this lawn. Don't think that's gonna happen because I have all this planting to do, but whatever, I'm taking a break. Alright guys, there you have it. The dianthus are in. I've got my pot of mint. I've got my jalapeno peppers and my, what are these called? My dragon cayenne hybrid peppers. I got my thyme, my lavender, my chard's looking good. Rosemary over here. And then I have my eggplant in. That's my sad looking blueberry bush that has like 3 blueberries in it. It's more pretty than it is anything. And hopefully I'll have some potatoes coming out of this thing soon once I get those slips going. So I'll be nice and bushy and thick over here. I'm going to put another bed over here. I'll do an update later when I get that going. Have no idea what I want to put in it. But I like the balance with having, you know, these 2 white planters here. Any ideas? What do you guys think I should put in it? And also this blue pot, I just like the way it looks. Have no idea what I'm going to put in it. Maybe I'll throw some more herbs and, you know, some more potted plants out here. But in the meantime, there it is. I'm going to paint this fence white here, as well as the rest of the fence, which will be another video about how we're going to be upgrading the homestead. I don't feel like messing with this today. I'm going to put some dianthus over here and plant this rosemary. And I'm also I think I'm going to put some landscape lighting. So then when we come, you know, walk from the carport around here, it'll be lights so that it won't be just so dark. I think that'll look nice. I just can't. Why don't you guys start a bet to see how long I procrastinate on pulling the weeds over here. Maybe I'll get to it this weekend. If I do, maybe I'll do a video. I'm just not looking forward to it. I don't want to do it so bad. But for now, more planting. All right. We're going to head out to the beds out here and show you the squash and the cucumbers that I'm working on. me tell you guys a little story. Back when I was a baby gardener, I had a beautiful garden. I had almost every vegetable you could imagine, and I had perfect soil, and it was wonderful. This was about 10 years ago. Well, I bought myself some yellow squash and some zucchini, and they were flourishing. I had about 6 plants or more of both zucchini and yellow squash. And then one day I came out and the entire bed was decimated. And that's when I discovered vine borers. And I haven't grown squash since. So I also haven't really had like a garden, a true garden and a homestead to really invest in squash. So I'm going to try it again. Pray for me. Yeah, I'm going to stick these in here. I'm going to use row covers. I'm going to plant them deep, and I'm actually going to keep filling this side of the bed with soil as the stem grows. I'm going to try wrapping the stems, maybe in some aluminum foil. May try some insecticidal soap. I'm going to see what I can do. I may have to hand pollinate. I am not going to buy, DE or whatever. That's dichotomous earth or something. Whatever that stuff is people are injecting into the stems of their plants. I'm not going through all that. I don't want squash that bad. I'll go buy them at the store. Yeah, I mean, I'm lucky enough and blessed enough where I can still actually just, go buy produce, organic produce. But, there's nothing like growing your own. So we'll see how this goes. So in this bed, on this side is going to be straight neck squash. They're supposed to have like some really good resistance to disease, and I don't know about bugs. We shall see. And on this side is where we are going to have cucumbers. And I didn't actually buy cucumbers. I bought seeds, so I'm going to direct sow. And the kind that I bought, they're called Perseus, and those fresh, kind of small. They're about, I don't know, 5 or 6 inches long cucumbers, and they're very thin skinned, and they're resistant to a lot of, and they're seedless, and resistant to a lot of different diseases. So hopefully no bugs will get to that, but I've got row covers, so we'll see what happens, but wish me luck. By the way, there's a good chance that I'm going to have to trellis these. I'm going to try to keep from spilling out all over the place. I got some bamboo stakes, so we'll just see what happens. All right, people, here we go. Squash is in, trellis is in, cucumber seeds are down. They're going to be watered. I'm going to throw some mulch around this bed, and wish me luck. You know what? I may not trellis these squash for a minute. I might remove this and just go ahead and put the row cover on until they start flowering. Because I really don't want to be bothered with bugs on that level. But everything's looking great. I got my tomatoes in, all my tomatoes in. They're all some sort of heirloom buffalo steak. Got white radishes, green giants, carrots. Got my Cherokee purple and Principe Borgies, and yellow beets, and my buffalo sun, and my lettuce. So I know I'm supposed to thin this lettuce out, but do you guys know what I do? Instead of thinning them out a lot of times, I take whatever I have thinned and I replant it kind of like in another location. It's not unlike what you would do if you were growing transplants. You just thin out the best ones. I don't know about weaker ones. I just either throw those away. Everything else will go into a salad. But yeah, I just plant these lettuce in a different part of the bed somewhere, so that way I'll just have different heads, as opposed to, you know, I could make a salad out of this, but I prefer to just space them out and use everything. So that's what I'm going to be doing with these. But other than that, I'm going to throw some of those marigolds you see way over there near the fence. I'm going to throw those in the bed with the cucumbers and squash, and you know, try to keep away any pests. But I think that's about it for my mid-April planting. Tell me guys what you guys are planting. Beans are coming up. These giant radishes. All these radishes are ridiculously huge. I didn't know they were big, gonna be as big as they were, but they all called German giants, and they are huge, and they're delicious and crisp and sweet. Anyway, German giants, they are well worth it. Kale is coming up. I'll be harvesting some of that soon for some dinner or some breakfast. And other than that, some more mulch to put down. Do this bed that I'm not gonna do. Side bed is done. I do have another one of these to plant. My green giant arbor vitae. They're gonna go up there near the fence in front of my neighbor's barn. I just kind of plant them as I can find them. They're kind of hard to find in the stores. You have to drive around. So when I see them, I buy them. But I may have to call it quits on digging today. It's getting even hotter, if you can believe that. But